Have you ever desired someone so deeply that you tried to manifest them into your life? But did you stop to consider the dangers of such a pursuit? This is a question that brings us to the concept of manifesting a specific person. Yes, we're talking about using the law of attraction to bring a particular individual into your life. It appears like a magical solution, doesn't it? But let's pause and ponder on the potential hazards of this practice. The danger begins when we start blaming ourselves for not being able to manifest that person. We start questioning our worth, our abilities, and our value. We start to believe that we are not enough. This self-blame can be toxic and can lead to a significant decrease in self-esteem. Then there's the theory of everyone is you pushed out. This concept suggests that everyone in our world is a reflection of our inner thoughts and beliefs. So if we're trying to manifest a specific person and it's not happening, we might start thinking that there's something wrong with us. This can lead to a cycle of negative thinking and self-doubt. Not to mention, the manifestation process can be a tricky one. Sometimes what we think we are manifesting is not exactly what we receive. We may find ourselves tumbling down a rabbit hole of false manifestations, which can lead to confusion, disappointment, and disillusionment. Moreover, waiting for the manifestation to occur can create a sense of anxiety and restlessness. It can lead to an unhealthy obsession with the person we're trying to manifest, and a constant state of dissatisfaction with our current reality. And what if the person you're trying to manifest is toxic? This can lead to an unhealthy relationship that can harm your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. So as we delve deeper into this topic, let's keep in mind the question, is manifesting a specific person a path to happiness or a dangerous spiral? Consider the story of Alex, a man who fell into the trap of manifesting a specific person. Alex, like many of us, was drawn to the allure of the law of attraction, captivated by the idea that he could summon any desire into his life. He had his heart set on a particular person, believing that she was the missing piece in his life's puzzle. As the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, Alex's desire morphed into an obsession. Every thought, every action, every moment was consumed by the person he yearned to attract. His world began to revolve around her, even though she was not physically present in his life. Alex was living in a reality of his own making, a world where his desire had already come to fruition. When the manifestation did not occur as expected, Alex was confronted with a harsh reality. The person he had spent so much time and energy trying to attract was living her own life, oblivious to Alex's desires. This realization was a bitter pill to swallow. Alex was left feeling helpless and desolate, his dreams shattered. The disappointment led to a spiral of self-blame. Alex began to question his worth, his ability to manifest, and his understanding of the law of attraction. He was trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and despair, unable to see past his failed manifestation. The story of Alex is not unique. Many have walked this same path, lured by the promise of the law of attraction, only to find themselves lost in a maze of their own desires. This pursuit of specific manifestations can lead to an unhealthy obsession, causing more harm than good. It can blur the lines between desire and obsession, reality and fantasy. Alex's story is a stark reminder that sometimes our desires can lead us down a perilous path. It's important to remember that the law of attraction is a tool, not a magic wand. It requires balance, understanding, and a healthy respect for the free will of others. Let us learn from Alex's experience and tread carefully on the path of manifestation. Manifestation is not instant, it requires a waiting period. But what happens to our minds during this wait? Let's dive into the psychological effects of waiting for a manifestation. The waiting period can be likened to a roller coaster ride full of highs and lows, twists and turns. It's a time of anticipation, but also a time of anxiety, self-doubt, and even obsession. Imagine you've set your sights on manifesting a specific person into your life. You've imagined it, you've felt it, and now you're waiting for it to materialize. But as the days turn into weeks and weeks into months, that initial enthusiasm can start to wane. Anxiety creeps in. You question yourself, your worthiness, and even the validity of your desire. This anxiety can be overwhelming, leading to sleepless nights and a constant undercurrent of stress. It's akin to waiting for a pot to boil. The more you watch it, the longer it seems to take. Similarly, the more you focus on your manifestation, the more it seems to elude you. And then there's self-doubt. It's a sneaky little voice that whispers, "Are you sure this is possible? Maybe you're not doing it right. Maybe you're not enough." It's a destructive force that can erode your self-esteem, leaving you feeling inadequate and unworthy. Obsession is another potential pitfall. It's easy to become consumed by your desire, to the point where it takes over your life. You find yourself constantly thinking about it, obsessing over every detail, every sign. This obsession can lead to a distorted perception of reality, where you see everything through the lens of your desire. So what can we do to navigate this psychological minefield? It's about balance. It's about trusting the process, letting go of control, and allowing the universe to do its work. It's about focusing on self-love and self-care, and not allowing your self-worth to be tied to your manifestation. The waiting game can indeed be a psychological minefield, fraught with emotional turmoil. But remember, you are more than your desires. You are a unique, valuable individual, and your worth is not determined by what you can or cannot manifest. What if the person you're trying to manifest is toxic? Is it worth the risk? That's a big question, and one that's essential to consider when working with the law of attraction. Let's dive into this. Imagine you're trying to manifest a specific person into your life. Perhaps this person is charismatic, exciting, and seems to add a spark. But beneath the surface, they're toxic. They're manipulative, controlling, or emotionally abusive. You're essentially inviting a storm into your life, one that can wreak havoc on your emotional and mental well-being. Manifesting a toxic person can be like setting a fox loose in a henhouse. You may think you're bringing in something exciting and dynamic, but in reality, you're inviting disruption, chaos, and potential harm. Toxic people have a way of twisting reality, of making you question your own worth and sanity. This can lead to a cycle of self-blame and self-doubt, which is detrimental to your mental health. Moreover, by manifesting a toxic person, you could potentially be enabling their harmful behavior. It's like giving them a free pass to wreak havoc, to continue their patterns of manipulation and control. And that's not fair to you or to them. They need to face their issues and grow, just as we all do. It's also worth mentioning that manifesting a toxic person can be a distraction from your own personal growth. Instead of focusing on your own development, you're caught up in the drama and chaos that comes with a toxic person. This can lead to stagnation and even regression in your spiritual journey. So, is it worth the risk? Think about it. Is it worth jeopardizing your mental and emotional health? Is it worth enabling harmful behavior? Is it worth stunting your own personal and spiritual growth? The answer is clear. Manifesting a toxic person is like playing with fire. It's dangerous and can leave us severely burnt. So before you try to manifest a specific person, consider their impact on your life. Choose wisely. After all, your well-being is at stake. Our spiritual, physical, and mental well-being is our greatest asset. How does manifesting a specific person affect it? When we attempt to manifest a specific person into our lives, we risk compromising our well-being. This is because the process can lead to a host of negative effects, starting with a decrease in self-esteem. If the manifestation doesn't go as planned, we may begin to blame ourselves, questioning our abilities and worth. This self-doubt can be debilitating, leaving us feeling less confident and less capable than we truly are. The process can also increase stress levels. Manifesting a specific person often involves a lot of emotional investment, and when things don't go our way, it can lead to anxiety and worry. We may find ourselves constantly on edge, wondering why our manifestation isn't working, and this prolonged state of stress can have serious implications on our physical health. But perhaps the most detrimental effect of trying to manifest a specific person is the potential loss of self-identity. In our determination to attract a specific individual, we may start to change ourselves, bending our personalities and values to fit what we believe the other person wants. This can lead to a loss of self-identity, as we lose touch with who we are and what we truly want in life. Moreover, when we focus on manifesting a specific person, we may overlook the red flags that suggest we might not be compatible with them. We may end up in a relationship that doesn't fulfill us, or worse, in a toxic relationship that harms us in more ways than one. In our pursuit of love, let's not lose ourselves. After all, our well-being should be our top priority. Remember, the journey towards love shouldn't involve losing sight of our own worth or compromising our mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. It's about finding someone who complements us, not someone we need to change ourselves for. Let's focus on personal growth and self-love, rather than risking our well-being for a manifestation that might not be in our best interest.